Got a few examples here to show you of what we're going to be doing. All right, today we're going to start with the background. And we're going to do, on the background, you have a purple-ish color. I'm going to show you the color wheel here. So we've got this kind of purpley color. It's a little bit more on the magenta side, like somewhere here. And then we got this blue right here. And I'm going to give them to you in these paper cups in the tray, or you might just get the paper cups by themselves. Either way, you keep them in the paper cup. Don't pick them up, don't take them out, don't play with them because it's not a toy. You got it, it's a tool. All right, so the first thing we have to do to get started on this is write our name and class code on the back. Name and class code. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Flip your paper over, and then we're ready to start. So for this paint, this is called tempera cakes, and this is paint that needs to be activated with water. So in your tray, you also have your dish with your sponge and your water. You're going to be using that as well as a large round brush, okay? And so we're going to be using this brush to paint the background. To get the paint to wake up, you're going to need to dip the brush into the water, get it nice and wet, and then choose the color that you're going to do. I'm going to start with this beautiful purple magenta color. And I'm just going to twirl it around like a ballerina dancing on stage. Twirling, twirling, twirling. Remember, we don't scrub it like we're going to the booty scootin' ballet, because nobody likes to go to the booty scootin' ballet. So twirl, remember the brush is like a ballerina, always on her tippy toes. Okay, so my brush is loaded up and it's ready. I'm gonna take my paper and I'm gonna start at the top, and I'm just gonna go side to side to side to side. Okay, and just keep going side to side. If you miss a spot, go back and get it, and just go down the page. Now, you're gonna notice that your paint's getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and that's okay. All we have to do is when our painting gets super duper light, I kind of like that. I think we're gonna keep that. Switch colors, so I'm gonna go with this blue now. Gotta clean my brush. Remember, X marks the spot, X marks the spot, X marks the spot. Okay, wipe it to get rid of the excess water. And then I'm gonna go into the blue. Twirl it around, twirl it around, twirl it around, twirl it around. All right, there we go. Now I've got blue. Now I'm gonna start at the bottom of my paper and do the same thing. So I'm gonna hold it by the corners or by the edges, and I'm gonna go across, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the colors are just gonna start to blend together. And that's good. Now my blue is a little not quite as dark as my purple magenta color, so I'm gonna get more blue, and I'm gonna go back to the bottom and paint it again. So now I have this really nice dark blue that I can just kind of brush in, going in the same direction. Notice that I'm not going diagonal or zigzag. I'm always going the same way, just back and forth, across, flipping my brush each time. Oh, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna stick with that. And I'm just gonna let it fade away once the brush is dry. There's no more. It's all good, it's all done. We're just gonna leave it like that. Looks great. Good job, first grade. You're done. Don't forget, X marks the spot. Wipe it on the lip, not these lips. And then wipe it on dirty old SpongeBob. All right, guys, so we're back for the second half of our picture. Today we're going to be drawing the parts of the lulav. We've got the 3 plants, the myrtle, the palm branch. It'll come to me. All right, and the etrog. And then we keep all of the plants together inside. And all this is called the lulav. So let's get started. All right, first we're gonna come down to this corner of your paper, and you're gonna draw like you're drawing an oval, okay? That's gonna be your etrog. So you're gonna come and draw a curved line, almost like a rainbow but it's diagonal. It's going out this way. Make sure you make it nice and big. It's got like 4 fingers can fit in there. Then we're gonna do a rectangle right here. I'm gonna go up and across, kind of towards the middle. So I'm gonna start on my Etrog, come out a little ways, come out, and then come down. There you go. Then we're gonna do 3 lines coming out. 1, 2, 3. Those are for my 3 plants. Okay, I got it. It's the palm branch. That's this one right here. The willow. We're doing that one here. And the myrtle. Okay, so those are the 3 that are in the Lulav, and the Etrog, which is that lemony citrus one. All right, so we're gonna start with the palm branch. We're gonna use the flat brush, and we're gonna get our paints. You're gonna have your paints. All the colors that we're gonna use are right here in your egg carton. So we're gonna start with the light green. We'll do the light green. Okay, dip the tip. The brush is like a ballerina, always on her tippy toes. And you're just gonna brush out and back, out and back. Okay, you can turn the brush on its side so you can get a thin line, and you can use the flat part of the brush to make a thick line. That's nice. Now we're gonna clean our brush on the messy mat. You could use a paper towel too if you wanted to. I'm just gonna use the messy mat for now. I'm gonna dip my brush in just a little bit of the yellow, just the tip, right? Got the tip there. All right, and I'm gonna add that on top, just to add some different values. So we want it to be a little bit lighter. Okay, clean your brush. Now we're gonna switch brushes. We're gonna try the, you guys get the fancy angle brush. This one we're gonna use to do the willow. So it has real nice flat bristles. You see how together they are? They need to stay that way. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna use the dark green. Dip the tip, right? And here we go. We're going to tap gently with our angle brush, okay, on one side. Dip the tip, turn our paper to the other side, and we're going to tap, 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 very gently, not hard, okay? I'm gonna do that one over again, because I want them to be a little bit bigger. Ooh, there we go. That one came out really big. That's okay. There we go. That's all right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. And then clean your brush, just the same way we did before. Make sure you're being careful with the brush to keep the bristles together. And then we're gonna add, to make this one lighter, maybe we'll add a little bit of white. Okay, so I dip the tip of my brush in the white paint just a little bit, and then we're gonna go right on top of that one and just tap, 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 tap. Come over to the other side, tap, 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 tap. Okay, cool. Clean your brush. We're gonna use a sponge. So here's my sponge. Wanna just kind of pinch it on one side. I'm gonna do the dark green. Oh, I've already used the dark green. Let's try the light green. Just a little bit of paint will do. And we're just gonna kind of tap it around. Oh yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some white. So I think I'm just gonna gently dip it in the white so I don't get the white all dirty. So I didn't rub it, I just gently tapped it in there, pulled out some white, and then I'm gonna add that on top to just kind of lighten that green. Okay, if it gets too white, go back to your green, gently dip it in. Okay, I might have to dab it a little bit on my messy mat because I think I have too much. There we go. I had too much, a big blob right here. So I don't know if you can see it. I don't want that big blob right there. That one. No, we don't want that. So I tapped it a few times. And I'm gonna go back over it. Gently tapping. All right, there we go. Done. We've got our 3 leaves. I'm gonna put my sponge in my tray, out of the way. And then we're gonna go back to the flat brush and we're gonna do our brown, dip the tip, and we're gonna do the part that holds all of the plants together. So notice that I'm starting at that edge and working my way down. Nice strokes. Remember to lift your brush and pull down when you're painting. Also remember to flip the brush over and use the paint on the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna continue dipping and pulling the paint down. Go slow when you get to the etrog. Flip it over. Pull down the color. There we go. Then I can come around this way. Gently on the edge. You really want to go slow on the edges. Dip the tip of your brush again. Maybe come this way. Maybe do a line using the edge of your brush and then pulling the paint in towards the middle. Okay? No big globs, so you definitely want to spread that paint out. If you have a lot of paint, you know, like that, you want to smooth it out, okay? Make sure you smooth all your paint strokes out. All right, then we're gonna get a little bit of white, just maybe in the corner. Just dip it in and get a little bit of white there. And we're gonna put a little bit of white on top just to make it lighter, have some lighter values. Ooh, look at that, I like that. That's pretty. So I'm gonna do the edge and the top and come down and then pull, 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 pull. We don't have to do the whole thing, we're just doing a little bit. So pull down, that's nice. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is the etrog. And for that one, we're gonna use our filbert brush. So we've got the filbert brush right here, and we're gonna do this bright, bright yellow, and we're just gonna do lots of taps. So I'm kind of laying the brush flat and tapping it on the side of my paper, like this. So I'm just gently tapping, okay? Tapping, gently, tapping all the way around. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. It's okay if there's a lot of paint on your brush because the etrog has a lot of bumpy texture. So it's totally fine to have an etrog with a lot of texture. Keep tapping. When you get close to the edge, go slow, and then you can go around it. Do the edge right up to the crayon. Then we're gonna add white for the highlight. So we're gonna get a little bit of our white again. It's okay if it has a little bit of brown or other color inside, no problem. And you're gonna tap, tap, tap with the white at the top. So get some white and tap, tap, tap. Bring it down to the side. There we go. Yeah, this etrog is looking good. Tap, 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 tap. All right, guys, We're done. Good job.